So I like the Burkina Faso thing, in which they said a good relationship is one which makes it easier for both people to cultivate and contribute their gifts to the community. Because remember, the seventh house partnership, and it doesn't mean, you know, that you don't have anything there. Well, we have the whole mandala, you know, it's houses that are tenanted, that are like important and sometimes problematic, but it says you have relationship, but you're not defined by, you're not Mrs. Somebody, right? Which would be a seventh house thing. But the seventh house of partnership, cahooting, is above, the first house above the horizon in the collective realm. So it's meant to be two people more potent together than they would be apart. But it is a crucial Pluto dynamic. Let's again bring this in more. So it is your friend, right? And it's moving through your sixth house of work as healing. Your birthday adds up and reduces to 6. So medicine woman, you know, we go, oh, that's good. Your birthday this year adds up and reduces to 5, which is experimental, always learning, always learning. And then, so on the harmonious level, Saturn trines Moon in 3 stages. This is 1, 2, because it's stationed at 1, real important. And then it goes backwards into Capricorn and then forward for the final trine, gliding into place. And it is your 1 air, right? And Saturn in air is at trine. So it's, but Saturn to Moon is, let's see, conversational accessibility. Again, air carries information, conversing, everything, speaking. Conversing means we're all turning together in conversation. You're finding your own narrative voice that can allow one to journey through the underworld and find the beauty still, fully aware of all of it. So your Saturn, your author, your authority contains the word author, contains the word authenticity. See, the moon, your moon, getting kind of back up now, says, you know, incarnational agent of Venus, you've come to make the world more beautiful. We go, and where's Venus? And we go, in some sensual, aesthetic, you know, see, to Taurus, your midheaven and your Venus and your North Node, it's the most animistic and the most sensually intelligent of all this vocabulary. Everything is food, smell, taste, touch, texture, all of that, you know. Protector of beauty and how to be an effective protector of beauty, going, I'm available to be an agent of protector of beauty. So the Uranus deconditioning, you know, transit and then back to your Venus, having opposed your Mars, makes a beautiful sentence structure in a sense. Now Saturn in the sky is squaring what Uranus has enlivened, right? So it's like, and so Saturn comes along and says, well, you've been really changing, you know, and are changing. Are the structures of how you define your work still in accord with what you've been becoming and are becoming? Or do you want to, you know, play with them? See, these next 7 years of Uranus and Taurus, I view as really crucial. Can humans humbly cooperate with nature's guiding genius? And see, with your Venus, it's all important. See, I mean, I think it's very cool that you have the outward going Mars in your Aries sun, the inward investigative Mars in your Scorpio self. You have the nature Venus, you know, kind of sensual, and you have the cultural Venus moon. You've got Venus and Mars all over the place, right? Yeah. So it's like, oh, righty, and how do they dance together, and how do it, you know, but you're doing it, which is really great. Uranus is unlocking it, right? It looks like a little jail key, a little H with a circle. And so it's also your ancient animistic, pragmatic mystic self going, it's her turn. Can we wheel and deal backstage? This realm, I want to bring in the grand trine here. Can we negotiate in a Uranus way? Uranus, again, coyote, raven, seeds that sprout after cataclysm, against all odds, ingenuity, you know, that's your dance partner. And it is very call and response, you know, and I want to go to because Uranus also is it's highlighting this beautiful sextile, 60-degree angle from your Venus to Mercury, 60 degrees of creative cooperation on stage, backstage. You know, it would resonate with a tradition of women who could go backstage and mediate with the invisible on behalf of the visible community. backstage metaphoric negotiation for onstage tangible beauty for everybody, right? So as this kind of comes alive, like flashbacks, memories, interesting encounters in the woods, running across mushrooms, I mean, whatever, it's like, it's very call and response, going, hello, it's Kim, I'm available. You would be one of those that see the history of women who've done this sort of thing, lives in your bones and blood. And then let's look at what hums here. Pluto, such a huge honor tapping you into this collective. 24, 24, 24, 26, right? You have a grand trine in water. Jupiter 120 degree, Neptune 120 degree, Chiron, Saturn pretty close in there and back here. Oh, right, okay. So Pluto, quintile Vesta, that's kind of fun because a friend of mine who's completely dedicated to Vesta, right, but it's kind of wonderful. She says where Vesta is, and it's 0 Sag, right, so Saturn's forming a little 60-degree angle to it, and that's fun, and a 60-degree angle to your moon, and Pluto quintiles Vesta. So my friend who loves Vesta, says, where Vesta is where one is divested of orthodoxy. Divested of orthodoxy and delayed the orthodox expression of this realm, while the dedication to keeping the community hearth flame is deepened. And I think, part of the beauty of this dance now says, your application has been accepted, right? You have kept the harsh flame of the home and the community alive, and you may proceed now. But the denied, delayed has been useful, right? Because denied, delayed normalcy, right? You never really wanted normalcy, right? But now you can have actual security. But the quintile to Pluto, let's bring it in, it's a capacity, it's part of your expanding communication skills, part of your irresistible eloquence, it's conversational grace about really deep things, which is part of your skill set, right? Because Aries can be very ardent, right? But the quintile is the capacity to hold a true perception and to be like a tuning fork. So people go, oh, I see that now that you mentioned that or guided my gaze that way.